I'm back. Hello, and welcome back to EXR F1 Tier 3, Round 3 at Japan. We're here in qualifying now. I might be joined by another commentator, maybe. Depends if his game downloads again. Yeah. People are out on their first laps. Short quali course for this tier, only the top 2 tiers are allowed to do full quali. Alpes is on a half decent lap there, as AJ Plage does a 28.5 first lap. As Alpes does a 27.1 as a bank lap, not the worst banker in the world. AJ Drabs now into P4 with a 28.2. I think Preacher Shom is now starting another lap. So Preacher Chom. Go through Dunlop now. Preacher Chom's taking a decent line, maybe a bit too wide, maybe not that committed. Verbal sets one from him. Preacher Chom finishing this lap now, taking a nice line, and he's going to set a 27.1. Sheen Fade with a 27.7 as well. So, not the quickest bankers from People so far. I think People's just trying to find their feet. Oh, spot flyer. There. Yeah. Hello, sorry, my controller died. So Apley now on this first lap. This is likely not going to be the quickest laps, as we know. Victor Apley is not very good at qualifying at all. I mean, simply awful. Sorry, bit of Apley. after he comes around the final corner to set of 27.6. Only a banker though. So, not too bad. Dookie boy goes P2 with a 27.1 there, not a bad lap time from him. I think El Pistoleri's on the lap now. Yep, only 3.5 tenths up on his personal best lap. This is definitely going to put him on provisional pole. Go through the last section, misses the apex slightly of the first bit of the Cassie triangle, but gets a really nice exit. And let's see what lap it's going to be. It's going to be a 26.7, so a very, very nice lap there from El Pistolero, 78, putting himself on provisional pole position by 3 tenths. He is flying. So AJ Plage now going through the first sector split. Let's see what this is going to be. Hopefully an improvement from him. An improvement of just under half a tenth there. CJ Drabs almost gets in the way completely. Pokemon Madness retires from the session. I don't know what he's done there, but that's him out of quality. See what AJ Plage can do going into the middle and last sector, taking Spoon. Pretty nice. Quite hesitant on the power though, got a lot of mid corner understeer. Let's see what he can do going through the middle sector split, heading through 130 on now. Of course, easily flat out. He's 8 tenths up on his lap time. This is not going to be the worst lap in the world. Going to consolidate him in the top 10. Let's see what he does now going around the 27.6 for AJ Plage.
It's fine, some people are quick and slow. I'd say Belgium's one of my strongest tracks in June. Oh mate, these hards have got so much grip.
Cutler's
Get pranked.
hit first up with 27.7, not the worst. That puts him in P8 provisionally now. Using to only go for 2 runs in the session so far.
Move. Thoughts on the Portuguese GP? Bottas is a bottle yet again.
Oh, Cutler getting a bit out of shape there. Not quite sure what he was doing.
Toto was, you can tell Toto was so annoyed. He was, did you hear that Gunther Steiner message for Mazepin? He did a classic. Oh.
Terapli on an out lap now, looking to start his first flying lap. Second flying lap of the session now, going down into the tricky first sector. of Japan now, using a very nice wide entry now. Keeping in fourth gear, using not to short shift to fifth, getting that nice traction out of there. You see all the curve! Is that Apley out? Yes, it is! And he's completely just died there. His car absolutely going places. And that is EXR Apley, your second driver in the championship, out of qualifying. So Apley completely bossing, taking just a little bit too much curb going through the S's, and that is him out. And look at that car. It is absolutely all over the place. So, yeah, that's one of your championship or race contenders already out of this race. We'll have to see what others can do. Mr. Tangos is out. Now this is going to be his final run of the session. Gone out quite early for it, but we did the first sector pretty nicely now, not taking anywhere near as much curve as Apley. Probably saw what he did and thought this is probably best. Sorry about that. My controller dying, yes, again. But we move. So, choosing to back off, interestingly. Not too sure why that is, but he backs off of his lap and he is not going again. Mr. Tango's going again for a lap after bottling his first one. His tyres are not going to be in the best of conditions, to be honest. So Pistolero is on a lap now, I believe, looking by his ERS. Going through the sector 1 split, it's a 0.4. It's currently 2 tenths up on his personal best. Almost invalidating there, but using all of the track very, very nicely indeed to get the car in the best. The hairpin, which he does very, very nicely as well. He's looking like he's gaining a lot of time. He's doing a fantastic job. Ooh, so almost getting in his way there, but no less gets his lap still valid. Let's see what he can do. This middle sector split is at a 10.3, he's a tenth and a bit up, even more up now. Let's see what lap time we can do there. Taken the chicane much nicer than his last one. He invalidates! And that is the end of his qualifying session after invalidating rather unfortunately there. He's going to be absolutely gutted with himself if he now doesn't get pole. But it's absolutely crucial. As Mr. Tango's is about to start his lap, getting a bit of dirty air from Preacher Sean. Maybe he's left it a bit late there. We'll never know, but I don't think that's managed to intrude him very much at all. As Mr. Tangos goes P2 with a 26.7. Let's see what Preacher Chom can do on his last flying lap of the race, going now down into turn 1, keeping it in 5th gear to keep the minimum speed nice and high. Very nicely done so far. A very nice sector 1 from Preacher Chom so far. The track is at its quickest, it's at its grippiest. He's down by a tenth though, but he's going to surely have some time to gain later on. Taking a big caution, he doesn't want to invalidate now. He really has to get this lap in when it counts, as Lukey Boy goes pole with a 26.6. Completely missed that. But yeah, I'll have to see what he can do now going down into the spoon curve, one of the trickiest corners on the track down into 6th gear, engine braking very nicely, taking a nice and tight line, keeping in 5th again, some very nice traction out of there. May get a little bit of a toe advantage from Explicit, who was also on a lap 2 and a bit tenths up. I don't think it's going to be too much of an improvement, so we're going to focus on Preacher Chum now. He's heading down into the Casio Triangle now. We miss his Millsack split, but he's taking this lap very nicely. Misses the apex, just trying not to invalidate. Takes a nice tight line to run. Splits to P5, and Preacher Chum stays P4 after only improving by 4/1000. That literally a much quicker lap from him, but seemingly not quite getting that little bit extra pace that he might have wanted. So that will round off your qualifying there. Leafy Boy on pole with a 26. El Pistolero P2 with a 26.7. Mr. Tango is P3. Preacher Chum P4. Explicit P5. A pretty close qualifying there. The top 4 separated by 2 tenths there. Some 6, and I believe pole in tier 2 was a 0.2, so not too far off there. Few of the tier 3 drivers proving that they do So that was an interesting qualifying. Some people opting to start on the medium compound of tyres. Jacob Hughes in prime position here, and yeah, starting in P11 now. He'll surely be getting a good strategy here. Maybe wanting to start on the hard compound of tyres, switching to the mediums or maybe the softs. You never know. Quite a mixture of strategies that you can do here. Oh god, sorry, having a bit of an issue with my controller batteries today, sorry about that. So I believe we're going to a formation lap. Yes, we are now starting. Oh wow. Quite a few people get themselves disqualified on the formation lap. Not what you like to see. That's all, but we move. So, now I'm guessing the grid sorted out, and we're going to be going to, well, as soon as we can, we're going to be going to 5 lights out. Going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights out. And away we go for the start of the Japanese Suzuka Grand Prix. Lukey Boy gets a very nice start. Pistolero keeps his position. Peter Chong with another decent restart. It's a hurdle down into turn 1. Misses hands with a poor exit, and Peter Chong goes right up the inside. They're going to go side by side through the S's. This is some great battling from the two of them, going side by side. Sorry. That is a good battle there that we saw through the S's. Going to try and sort my battery issues out. FG, Invade not doing a bad job into P6. Luca with a really good start. But Fire and AJ Plage, two drivers both spinning or getting involved in incidences in lap 1. Going into lap 2. Nice timing screens. Glitching out as per usual. Pistolero right on the back of Lukey Boy there. As we can see, Explicit losing it on the grass. He's rejoined rather unsafely there. As Explicit is now round. And so is FG Invade. Quite a big crash there. Unfortunate for Invade. As about 3 wheels just span there. Hopefully a safety car comes out or something to help these guys races. Pistolero has got past Lukey Boy. Maybe it's a bit of damage. He's kind of understeering throughout a lot of these corners. Not too sure why that is, but they certainly are. Lukey Boy dropping back quite a bit. Pistolero, who's doing a fantastic job. As AJ Plage round again in the S's section, so he's not having the best times now. But El Pistolero looks to have bolted a bit. Ixer Rapley not doing the world's worst job, but he's in P5 now. And that's Fault Fly around as well. A lot of people getting caught out by the tricky S's section. Pokemon Manis is already up into P7 though, on the medium compound tires, looking to do a bit of an alternate strategy here. So, to see what he can do later on in the race. You can see he's right on the back of Bazi Kogak, aka ARS Dark. You're going to be going for a move down into turn 1. Yes, he is. A weird cat wrangle there, but gets the move done into turn 1. Proper ding dang do that move was. Gets himself up into P6, and he's on a bit of a charge at the moment after his poor qualifying. Oh, so 2 people into the pit there, as you can see. FG Invade retiring from this race. It looks like El Pistolero is taking a very commanding lead. He's just absolutely flying. and run the back of Mr. Tango's now. Will he be looking to make a move into turn 1? The DRS is now obviously being engaged, so will he be able to make a move? Not quite, it's not easy. And end of his overtake, probably looking to save some whilst behind the Ferrari driver, which is not a bad idea to do around the track, which is pretty difficult to save DRS, I must say. Dropping off quite a bit there, a bit of a poor section. But look at Pokemon Madness, he is flying. He's doing a really, really good job. Appley in P5, not doing the worst job in the world. El Pistolero has got a commanding lead there. He's got very little ERS, but he is using it to great advantage to gap the field a bit whilst he can. And there's a safety car. Lute Drabs out of the race. And the Esses. So will this cause people to go into the pits? Yes, they will do. And we saw this in Tier 2 actually. And a lot of people that went for the hards did in fact get punctured. So we're going to have to wait and see really. See what happens. Pistolero not getting held in the pits there. Pokemon Madness maybe getting a bit screwed over with this safety car. Could have probably pitted for hards, but they are going to be a very risky tyre to go onto, but everyone indeed going onto the hard compound of tyres. Yeah, so this is going to be a very, very important bit of the race where everyone determines what they're going to do with it. That is a safety car out. Pokemon Madness the only one to stay out actually. So this is really interesting for the championship fight. It's going to be incredibly entertaining to see whether these guys will make their hearts last their end to the end of the race. I know a lot of people struggled with it in Tier 2, so we'll have to wait and see what people do in Tier 3. In fact, to see whether they can manage their tyres any better than the Tier 2 drivers did in this exact scenario, exact same scenario. So it'll be really. I would love it if my controller could stay on for more than 2 seconds. I just have to put batteries in it actually. So if I go, yeah, if I can find them, I'll put them on now. Looks like safety car will be out another lap, which is definitely going to help the hard runners. They need as many laps under the safety car as possible in order to maintain and help their hard stay in the best conditions as possible. Oh, it says that RD's in chat. Hello. Nexus Flux. Reese, why aren't you racing today? Not good enough, lad. I'm joking. Unfortunately, you couldn't be here today. I think you would have had a good chance of getting some good points or maybe even a win here. So we take a look at the drivers that are on what tyres here. A lot of the field on the hard compound of tyres, especially those in P2 and then P4 down to P11. It's going to be crucial that these guys can preserve their tyres, go as long as possible into the race without having to stop. They'll likely go to the end, but as we saw, 3 people on hards getting punctures in tier 2 it was. So yeah. The pass is anything to go off. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world to take these cars to the end of the race. So the safety car is now in this. So yeah, safety car will be in this lap and we are ready to get racing once again. It's going to be a bit of a, not really a sprint race, but it's going to be quite an interesting end of the race, I reckon, with this safety car. Not really helping, and Pecco Mandis is gone. Not really getting the best of it. Elvis there understeering all over the track there. If Luca gets a 3-second for exceeding track limits, I think we're going to see a lot of the drivers today. A lot of drivers getting a decent getaway, not many people doing anything as such, but Richard Chom on the hards now, maybe looking for a move, not quite in the move, and on the inside of Jacob Hughes. As Lukey will retire from the session, and he's out! So one of the contenders for the race win today out of the session after crashing on the X. If my control would actually stay on it, it would be pretty nice. Happily going for a move, and Jacob Hughes there, happily on the soft compound of tyre for whatever reason. I will never know. But Jacob Hughes looking to get the move done back on the Renault driver, but he's under pressure from Peter Chom behind him. Is Peter Chom going to go for a move? No, he's not. This is going to go around the outside if Peter Chom getting a very nice move done. Is it run out of VRS completely? So it might be under threat back from Preacher Chom. See that slipstream effect working very, very nicely for the AlphaTauri driver. They're getting a bit out of sorts through the start of the S section. He's really got to start pushing, as he needs to really, really hold on to this lead not to this lead to these positions. He's got to make moves as soon as possible, use those sides to as much effect as he possibly can. Going to go for a move. Oh, goes to the yes, we get a little bit of contact there as Preacher Chom is round after basically pushing Tangos through this section of the track here. Is he going to send it into Kobayashi? Yes, he's going to go down the inside of his championship rival, in fact. Mr. Tango is getting a very nice move done there, and it was crucial he got that move done. Whereas Pistolero right on the back of Pokemon Madness, he really needs to use the medium runner as a bit of a carry along to keep him in the DRS, to enable him to save fuel in the DRS and save everything that you need, so we can push later on if he needs to. Oh, Pistolero doing a fantastic job right behind Pokemon Madness, and Athlete's absolutely flying. He's dropped Mr. Tangos. He's going to go for a move around the outside of the ST section, gets a very nice move done there, and Athlete is absolutely flying through the field here, as he should be. Oh, as Athlete spins, I think. I don't know what's happened to my controller. Died for the 50th time this race. Sorry about that. I'm trying my hardest to stop it happening. Too much going on, but Preacher Chom goes right down the inside. Oh, making a bit of contact there. A bit of a weird situation going on there, but I think he's going to go around the outside again, pushing Preacher Chom off the track. Not a lot of racing room given there, so we might see a bit of a complaint from Preacher Chom, as rightly so. He's been kind of pushed around all over the track there, so yeah, that's not the best of things for him, but El Pistolero is doing flying as AZ Pride's a span again. I think that might be him completely out of this race, I'm not too sure. Got even more damage there, so he might be driving back to the pits to retire. We're getting another 3 seconds, but that doesn't really mean too much. Now, Preacher Chom flies past AKPs again. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Pokemon managing first after the Grand Prix, completely dropping El Pistolero out of DRS. Very good stuff from him. No, another yellow flag. So we're down to only 11 runners. Again, yeah, so we're really struggling with the conditions on the track. Just not the best show from these drivers, I must say. But up ahead we've got Explicit going for a move on Mr. Tank. The Tanker's got a lot more ERS, so we'll be able to defend the position for now. Instead of virtual safety car, there's Pop Flyer. DNS. Mr. Tank goes into the pits, and he's surely going to pit for those medium compound tyres. Maybe doesn't think that the cars are going to make it to the end of the Grand Prix, as he gets a wing change there, which is good for him. Maybe that is why he was lacking on the pace a little bit. This is going to be even more beneficial for the hard runners, especially for Pistolero, who gets to save his hard compound tyres right through the S's section. Gets to save ERS, fuel, and his tyres very nicely. So I'm sure this will do him absolute wonders. Happily retires going through the S's section, as yeah, it's probably not the best thing to happen today. People not really quite on it. Obviously a very difficult track to do, so it's definitely not going to be easy ever. Doing a good job right behind Explicit now. They head through the S, probably getting a bit of dirty air as he's a bit slidey through the S section. They'll be looking to get a move on Explicit done rather soon, to be honest. Nice one, Napoli, for pinning it completely. Yeah, I did. Got on stream. I got your beautiful crashing quality on stream as well. Hanging upside down like a cow, as young Nico Hulkenberg once said, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. All getting a bit everywhere, which is allow Peter Chom to get through, as I'm hearing now that this has got pedal issues. Is already included on the stream or not? Yeah, Pistolero in a very dominant position so far. I mean, he's got no one near him. His car behind him is 15 seconds down the road on the same strategy. ARS Dark and Pokemon Manus both need to pit for the soft compound of tyre later on in this race. What? I'm commentating. Al Pistolero is provisionally in the lead. Yeah, but To be honest, a safety car now would actually be very nice. Actually make this race a bit more interesting, as it's just being your traditional Suzuka race with not much battling or overtakes happening at the moment. Here I start into the pitch now to pit for the soft compound of tyres, I would believe. Go for a nice undercut, maybe could get a big undercut. And Pokemon called Madness when he pits, so it's Preacher Chomp into P3 now. Yeah, again, literally nothing is happening in this race. Can't lie, it is not the best racing, to be honest. But a safety car would definitely help things, and I would definitely hope for a safety car, because this race is the definition of boring. Strickland Madness is into the pits now, and Pistolero is going to come out absolutely miles ahead. It's going to be one of the most dominant victories we've seen in EXR. If nothing goes wrong, he's just going to make sure his tyres last till the end of the race, and then it will be a guaranteed win by all intents and purposes. So we're just gonna dedicate this boring section of the race to some volleyball here. Play a nice little TikTok. Where is this?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be gonna be the man. It's waking up with you. It's the ball here. I've got some chocolate chip cookie dough bites from America. We got them sent over by Lad Bible, so thanks Lad Bible. I'm gonna give one a try.
Oh, we've got error start, go for a move on explicit here, and a very simple move done there, and getting himself up into P4, which is hitting into the back of him, but a good move nonetheless from the Haas driver, proving himself to be very, very quick individual here. But as we got interrupted there, we're just gonna listen to that TikTok again.
When I wake up, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man. It's waking up with you. It's the ball here. I've got some chocolate chip cookie dough bites from America. We got them sent over by Lad Bible, so thanks Lad Bible. I'm gonna give one a try. They're unbelievable, seriously. The flavour in there is just exquisite. It's nice, crunchy, but soft on the palate as well. It's unbelievable. I've got an also a brownie from Lidl, and I'll tell you what this says. It says, ding dong do, Bobby Osler, it is fit.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful content there. As trying to not get bored, trying not to fall asleep in this race. Please be a safety car, man. That's all I want. Please. Oh, a BSC. As obviously has gone into the pits there. Is this going to actually lose him the race? Interestingly, he's gone, and he's pit for the mediums. Ah. Interesting. This is a bit of an interesting strategy from old Pistolero here. Good for a bit of an alternate strategy, not the most ideal one. I would have thought he would have pitted for the soft compound of tyres, but clearly not. Now Pokemon Manus has now got the advantage back in his favour. We were all hoping for a safety car. A lot of people going for the mediums, interestingly. I don't know why they're doing that, but I guess we will have to see. I'm gonna be the one we're gonna rescue you. Oh, Pistolero interestingly going for a bit of a weird strategy, not putting for the soft compound of tyres, and that could be race over for him here. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch Pokemon Madness, who is now on the soft compound of tyre. Be very, very close to see whether they will be able to close the gap, especially with Creature from hounding him down on the hard as well. So it's just going to be a bit of a very, very interesting strategy call here, and I really don't know. Jacoby Ooze gets a penalty. Pistolero is actually closing the gap between himself and Pokemon Manus. This is actually quite interesting here. He doesn't have a penalty, so maybe he's kind of just hoping for something. I'm not too sure what he's kind of wanting from this race, to be honest, but we'll have to wait and see. Pistolero is absolutely everything to try and stay inside the DRS of Pokemon Manus. It could be crucial for his race to do so. He's not got a warning from that, so we do a little bit of a warning check on El Pistolero. He's on one warning, so doing very, very well there actually with his track limits. As Pokemon Manus is fast up at the Grand Prix, not too much quicker than El Pistolero's, but Pokemon Manus does in fact have a penalty, so that could be just the end of his race realistically. It's going to be very interesting. Valero, of course, kind of frauded out of a win at Silverstone in round 1, so hopefully he can come back with a win. And do a little update, warnings update on Pokemon Madness as well. And he's on 5 warnings himself, so he's got to be very careful not to get another penalty, or else it could be wraps for him and his chances of a good finish. Pokemon Match with another 3-second as we say that, so this is all but confirmed his place as second place and not the winner of the race. Oh, safety car. I completely missed it. But finally, something's happening in this race. Finally, we will see something happen in this race. This has been a very big drag on of a race. So, yeah, I can't lie. It's not been the most pleasant of viewings, to be honest. And we've still got Tier 4 coming up on Thursday, but I think it'll be a lot more interesting due to its tricky nature. So will we see the leaders into the pits? No, we're not, actually. It's quite surprising. I think we're going to see the rest of the field go into the pits, but this could mean advantage to... Well, I'm actually surprised the Preacher Tromney go into the pits. They've had a chance of winning this race, but maybe that's... Yeah, this race could not get any more boring, but luckily the safety car is out now, and we'll actually see some overtakes probably happening, hopefully happening. Preacher Shot actually stayed out, not Preacher Shot, this has stayed out, using not to pit for the soft compound of tyres. This could allow Aristarchus not to get a penalty, so maybe there's a chance of winning this race, you know, on the freshest tyres of everyone. He could have a chance. See if Mr. Tango's here. So the safety car will not be in this lap, but will be in next lap. Safety car will be in this lap now. Thank God. It's just beautiful stuff finally. So as we're preparing for the safety car to be in this lap, who will take the win here? Pokemon Mud's looking like it's going to drop down by 2 positions due to the amount of penalties that he's got. Pissolari's in a fantastic position to win this race, and it's going to be absolutely crucial that he gets any move that he wants to make done as soon as possible, as Jacob Hughes is keeping a very nice distance. The car in front doesn't want to risk anything there. Thing quite far back, to be honest. Probably should hurry up a bit. You see that all the drivers frantically trying to warm up their tyres. Madness is gone now. He done quite an unusual restart, but Norris gets it done rather nicely here. He's actually dropped El Pistolero, to be fair, and ARS Dark is right on the back of Explicit. He's going to go for a move down into turn 1. Explicit defending for his life. Gonna try send it. No, he's almost losing it on the curb. Harry's Dark. We're going to send it into the Kobayashi hairpin. We're going to see a late move done by him. Ooh, kind of fakes going down to the inside and not quite going for the move there. Explicit using a lot of his overtake button. After having a faulty pedal, he's not doing the worst job in the world. But Creature Chomix was looking like they're going to be losing out to Aries Dark and Mr. Tangos, unfortunately. Oh, Eric Stark into the grass and gets to 3 seconds. That's really not out his race at all, and that's going to cost him at least 1 position there, because it goes very, very wide and compromises his exit. So does Eric Stark. He's kind of a bit all over the place, to be honest. He's surely going to allow Mr. Tangos to go for a move on the Haas driver, turn 1, pulling. Right on the back of British Trump on those ridiculously old cars, doing his own up against. So the an Explicit's wheel has completely thrown him off there, and that is him round on the last lap. That's the same with Atu Gogag, and they've been absolutely, he's been absolutely gifted some positions here. Will he keep them? Absolutely not for his penalties, but nonetheless, that is definitely just a bit of a salt in the wounds for some of those drivers today. But once again, El Pistolero is going to take another win here, another really good strong performance. Mr. Tangos will be taking home P2 as well, so another impressive drive from him. Not been the fastest on the track today, but has kept it the most consistent, keeping away from those penalties. Is exactly what you need to do around such a tricky track like this. So Pokemon is going to cross the line to take P1 provisionally, but it's going to be El Pistolero 78 to take home the win at Suzuka here. Creature Trump comes in provisional 3rd, but Mr. Tangos goes up into 2nd, although to 3rd position. Mr. Tangos with another really good drive there. So yeah, as I was saying, not too much wrong done there by Creature. Maybe could have pit to win the race, but nonetheless he didn't do the worst thing in the world, getting home a nice P2 and P4 for the two Alpha Tauris today, looking like they could be in for a shot at the Constructors' title, closely matched by Renault, of course, who sadly didn't score many points today, but nonetheless have had the worst race in the world. Eric Starcraft could have getting a possible P3. Bottles gets P5 after a big spin. Jacob Hughes P6 and Explicit P7 of those who finished. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Very interesting race, and we'll see you on Thursday for Japan for Tier 4 and on Saturday